All right. Good evening, my friends. And as we've been discussing, there are just a few of us tonight. I see where Sherilyn White is here. So the more the merrier. Let's get her in here first and make sure. There she
There.
is.
Well, yes.
Hey, put your face in the screen so we can see
Yes, sir.
you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's so good to
There you
see you,
are.
my
To
friend.
see me. Hi, everybody.
Hey,
Hi.
we were just getting started here, Sherilyn, and we still, Kathleen's not feeling well tonight.
Oh, my.
And Laverne, I talked to her or texted with her yesterday, I think it was,
Uh-huh.
how she's doing with her uh, recovery.
Yeah, yeah.
And she says she's getting better every day. So
Good.
she had a
As she
good
should.
report. That's
Yeah.
great. So I don't know if she'll be here tonight, but we will press forward.
All right.
Tonight we're in the Unity and A Course in Miracles book. And I don't know if you remember here, the page number where I'd like to start tonight
Yeah.
is page 124.
Okay. Got it.
And we had just started reading about miracles. And technically, we were at the top of 125 when we stopped.
Okay.
But I think it's a very interesting discussion, and I think the best way to jog our memories is let's just start this section from the beginning again. We
Okay.
didn't get that far last time. So if I do the reading list, Joan, you're able to read, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay, so you'll be reader one, and Ron is two, and Sherilyn is three, and I'm reader four tonight. And
Okay.
let's just get into that from the beginning. Now, keep in mind we're in chapter nine, and it's about healing consciousness and establishing wholeness. And we had talked there are five sections. The first section's on page 119 is was about willingness.
Hmm.
Uh, what your simple willingness does in terms of healing consciousness and establishing wholeness. The second part was on page 121, and that the subject there was forgiveness and repentance. And we went through that section as well. And now we're on section three, miracles. So we've got miracles and then something called, I'm interested in what it is. It starts on page 129. So the fourth section is called denials and affirmations. I'm interested in that. And finally, on page 133, the subject is atonement. So I think there's some interesting things to be discussed. And quite frankly, if it's anything like miracles, I think you'll find it quite intriguing in terms of how unity and the Course in Miracles differ, and yet they don't differ. You'll see what I mean. Why don't we get started with the reading? Joan, would you start, please?
Now we're starting with miracles at the beginning, right?
Yes, 124.
Okay. Miracles. For most people, a miracle is an extraordinary event manifesting divine intervention in human affairs. Traditional Christianity embraces this definition in relation to the miracles of Jesus, which range from changing water into wine, healing the sick, to raising the dead. When the term miracle is found in unity writings, it refers to the miracles found in the Bible or something similar. When the term miracle is found in A Course in Miracles, it does not refer to the extraordinary events found in the Bible.
Read a little more, Joan.
Even though they use the term miracles differently, both Unity and A Course in Miracles are speaking about a shift in consciousness. When the
So
term miracle is
let's
found
stop
in,
there, Joan. Okay.
okay, all right.
Well, I changed my mind, dear. Why don't you finish all of that, and then I think we can discuss it more
Okay.
accurately. Thank you.
The term miracle is found in Unity writings. It refers to the miracles found in the Bible or something similar. While Unity recognizing that these events occurred, miracles are not seen as divine intervention or an incident that is contrary to or resulting from the suspension of the laws of nature. Miracles are seen as the outworking of higher spiritual laws not yet commonly understood by humankind.
Now go on over, keep going, okay? Because 125,
Yeah.
keep reading. We're almost to where I'm going to ask you to stop.
um,
In the
in
light,
the In the light of modern science, the miracles of the Bible can be rationally explained as mind, with a capital M, acting in an omnipresent spiritual field, which is open to all men who develop spiritually.
and one next section about Fillmore.
In fact, Charles Fillmore stated that there were no miracles. There are no miracles in science. Jesus did no miracles. All his marvelous works were done under laws that we may learn and use as he did.
All right. So thank you so much. That was a lot. But are you intrigued, confused, clear about does unity say the same thing as A Course in Miracles? Do they differ? And if so, how do they differ? Because isn't that what they were explaining?
Yeah.
How do you see that they differ? For example, it talked about how Christianity saw miracles. Yes,
Yeah.
traditional Christianity. It talked about it being divine intervention in human affairs. Is unity and traditional Christianity view the same? I know we're talking unity in the Course in Miracles, but what about unity and traditional Christianity on miracles? So do you see why there's quite a bit here, isn't there?
Mhm.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. And I could see how you wouldn't be sure,
It's
because Fillmore's definition of a miracle was different from traditional Christianity's. Okay. Seems to me Fillmore said that miracles were not beyond human performance, that what Jesus did, all humans can do. It wasn't divine intervention, it was something all humans can do when they understand higher. Look at the bottom of 124. Miracles are seen by Unity and Fillmore as the outworking of higher spiritual laws not yet commonly understood by humankind. You can do miracles too, right? Like Jesus.
Mhm. I feel like it's splitting hairs. There's so, of course, in miracles and Christianity to me are very much the same. We're just using different words to describe the same thing. Right?
Um, I understand. I understand. And maybe the nuances aren't worth it, but this whole book is an in-depth inquiry about the similarities and differences uh, between Unity and A Course in Miracles on a variety of key subjects.
I know, but I don't
So
think
I
that they
can
vary a lot in
go
this
ahead.
one. I don't think that they vary from each other a lot in this area of miracles.
Well, here, and so let me see if I can help make the distinction. At the outset on page 124,
Yes.
it says, for most people, a miracle is an extraordinary event manifesting divine intervention in human affairs. Like it's not humans doing it, there's some other divine entity that comes into
Oh,
play. Fillmore said, like when Jesus changed water into wine,
mhm,
Jesus was using some divine intervention,
mhm.
which made him unique. And Fillmore is saying, no, Jesus was not unique. He had just tapped into something that gave him abilities other humans didn't have. Fillmore said, no, what Jesus tapped into is available to all humans,
Yeah,
but few humans understand that yet.
right.
Let me give you an analogy. We've talked about, I think, on this program before about, do you remember the book Masters of the Far East?
No,
And
I'm not
it was a
familiar
book
with it.
published in 1903. It's a classic series of books called Masters. There may be something else, but Masters of the Far East. and it talked about this guy's expedition into the Himalayas. The book came out around 1903, and it described meeting people like gurus and people like that in the Himalayas that could manifest stuff just like Jesus did. Uh, haven't you heard of people from India that can do these miraculous things? Or look at Autobiography of a Yogi. Did you read that maybe?
Yeah.
Do you remember some of these people could bilocate? They could be in more than one place at a time.
But why could we not be considered that someday we might develop into those being able to do those
Absolutely.
things?
And the evidence is, yeah, there did seem to be humans from the past, like in
Yeah,
Masters of the Far East,
right.
or in like people in the Autobiography of a Yogi that had these extraordinary powers. Where did they get those powers? And are those powers available to everyone?
Well, that's my question. Is it not possible for everyone to be able to do this ultimately?
Fillmore says, absolutely. It's in
So,
everyone. It's
yeah,
just that Jesus learned to accept it and use it, like the masters and
like
the
the yogas.
like them.
Yes.
So now are you seeing the nuance is kind
There's
of significant?
a lot of similarity. I mean, there's
Was Jesus the only one that could work miracles? Well, if you think about it, Jesus says, I am like you and you are like me. So he seemed to admit he's not the only miracle worker. Everyone is, they just haven't discovered it in
right.
themselves.
I can agree with that.
So you see, it's worth talking about, right?
Yeah.
Because that's extremely empowering if you have it on good evidence that you're capable of doing the miracles that Jesus did
Mhm.
and the miracles that these masters of the Far East and okay.
Mhm.
So I thought it was worth talking about, right?
Yeah, I agree.
All right, let's see where that takes us from here. Joni, you okay with this? Ron, we all right? Is that better? Ron, are you there?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, looks
Can you hear me?
yeah.
Yes.
Uh you got any questions or you still fogged up about it?
I'm okay.
All right. Traditional Christianity said it's God intervening in our realm. Fillmore says no, it's folks in our realm that have tapped into a power.
What's the difference?
What is that power? Right. And that's what we're going to read about, okay?
Okay.
Let's go on to Ron. He's our next reader. You know where we are? 125, Ron?
Yes. In fact, Charles Fillmore, right?
It's under, it said, there are no miracles in science. You see that? Jesus did no miracles. We're on the
Yes.
paragraph after that.
Okay.
All right.
Raise your hand if you can't hear me, I guess.
All right.
It,
No problem. We will.
In unity, a miracle results from the functioning of higher spiritual laws we poorly understand. We learn to understand these higher laws by shifting consciousness to a higher state. Even so, the miracle is still about the seemingly extraordinary events in the physical realm. In A Course in Miracles, the term miracle is used distinctly from the common definition of a miracle. It is not a reference to extraordinary events in the physical realm caused by divine intervention or the suspension of natural law. A Course in Miracles is not about learning how to perform miracles like those reported in the Christian scriptures. It is about learning how to shift the erroneous ego-driven perceptions of the world towards one-mindedness.
And go ahead and
A
read,
miracle is a correction introduced. Keep going.
please.
Mm.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're working with you.
A miracle. Okay, thank you. A miracle is a correction introduced into false thinking by me, Jesus, erroneous perception, and reorganizing it properly.
Wait.
The miracles,
All right, all right. Keep going. Keep going. Thank you.
the miracles referred to in A Course in Miracles are also about a higher law of truth, but not about an outer extraordinary event. The law of truth the world does not obey because it, our worldly view, fails to understand its miracle ways.
All right, let's stop a minute. And Ron, you were breaking up a bit in
Yes.
some significant areas. So let's just go over this a little bit and once again see if we can talk about the nuances, the differences. Um, what do you see so far between unity, A Course in Miracles, and traditional Christianity? One of the things I see is the Course says that I'm going to read in the fourth paragraph from the bottom. In A Course in Miracles, the term miracle is used distinctly from the common definition of a miracle. It is not a reference. When it says it, I'm assuming they mean the miracle, is not a reference to an extraordinary event in the physical realm. Where does the miracle occur then in A Course in Miracles? It's not an event in the physical realm. Do you see it? So, where do you think the event is? Where's the altar? Where's the point of change? Where does it occur if not in the physical realm?
In the
Would it be in
spiritual
the
realm,
mental?
It's got to be the
Yeah,
spiritual.
in the mental realm, or Ron, the spiritual realm would be okay also. But do you see the distinction is that to A Course in Miracles, a miracle has nothing to do with the physical a change in the physical world, like Christianity and even unity emphasize. A miracle, according to ACIM, happens in the mental realm. Wouldn't you say? Here, now let me read the second paragraph from the bottom. The miracles referred to in A Course in Miracles are also about a higher law of truth, but not about an outer extraordinary event. That's what we were talking about, right?
Yeah.
And thus, a miracle, according to A Course in Miracles, illustrates the law of truth the world does not obey because the world, our worldly view, fails to understand its ways. Let's just go on, if you would, with me to page 126. Essentially, what A Course in Miracles calls a miracle is what unity calls forgiveness. Forgiveness is the giving up of the false, erroneous perceptions, that's mental, right? Perceptions of the ego personality, and the giving up or forgiveness of those results in a shift to a higher level of consciousness. Mental, right? Now, whether or not you can fire lightning bolts now, or whether or not you can perform extraordinary events in the physical world, the change of mind is the miracle. It may manifest in the physical world, but the change of mind is what the Course calls a miracle. You don't have to change water to wine to do miracles. Maybe what you can do is to communicate with brothers and sisters to get them to look at other ways of perceiving, and then you have performed a miracle. Isn't that what teachers of God do? They share a different alternative mentality, one whose logic is based in the spiritual realm. I go to a weekly session. I just need to share this right here, if I may. It's called Meaningful Conversations in Ann Arbor. Anybody ever heard of it? They're on Facebook and stuff. Anyhow, I've been doing this almost maybe 6 months now. But they have a lot of very insightful spiritual questions, and they invite people from all over the community to come and discuss these spiritual questions. And the other night, one of the questions was, how can you forgive a brother or sister that's attacking you or that's acting, if you will, inappropriately or mean or something like that, and still see them as a wonderful, loving person. That got some discussion, as you might imagine. But from
Well, we don't have to attack them back.
why? Well, on what basis would you give up the urge to attack them back? On what basis would you not attack them? So my response, this is from, they don't know I'm a Course in Miracles person per se, but I just responded, as crazy as it might sound, the only way for you to easily forgive them for that behavior
You love them.
is if you didn't see them as humans.
Mm-hmm.
If you saw them, if you thought your reality was spirit, were spirits having a human experience, then that brother and sister, if you didn't see them as a human, if you saw them as a spirit having a human experience like you, then the reason for that behavior is that they think they're a human. And they don't yet understand that they are spirits having human experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Does that account for the bad behavior? Are they bad people? Or are they people who haven't discovered what they are? When I start seeing a brother or sister as fellow spirits, then all that aberrant behavior is understandable. They don't know what they are. You remember when you thought you were a body? Yes?
Mm-hmm.
All of those things, forgiveness will come from seeing them literally as not human. How can you do that? In the Course, it's called Christ vision. You take your eyes vision and replace it with spiritual vision. Then you can see behavior in proper perspective. People act mean out of fear. It's a protective device, they think. So it may not seem like they're afraid. As a matter of fact, it may seem just the opposite, because, as Shakespeare said, methinketh thou protesteth too much. What are you trying to cover up? I'm trying to cover up my fear. I wish someone would love me and not be mean to me and not put me down. And I have to protect myself because life's beating me up. How am I doing?
Good.
It's a one-way street.
What'd you say,
Good.
Miss White? Yeah?
I said it's a one-way street.
Tell me about the one-way street. Great response.
Oh, I don't know if I can put it into words. I was thinking about my friend who you are aware of. Um,
Yeah, it's a
She
big
would have to she would have to see me as a spirit,
why?
as
Why would she have to see you as a
well,
spirit?
I guess that's a good question.
It is, because the
Yeah,
world doesn't teach that.
no, and we all have difficulty being spiritual at times, you know.
Yes.
And when you get into a situation where somebody is scared and being mean and so on and so forth, it's very hard to remain
Yeah, unless
spiritual.
you understand why.
Well, even when you understand why, I think it's hard sometimes.
I don't doubt that. And I totally respect where you're coming from. I think you're in the majority opinion. I'm the one in the minority opinion. Ron, what are your thoughts? You have to see your brother as not human to make forgiveness easy.
Um,
That's true.
Yeah. Ron, can you hear
I've
us
lost.
out there?
I can hear you, but I don't have the picture right now.
Oh
Hmm.
man, you're having difficulty. Okay. Joan, you got any comments on this subject?
Well,
You have to see
I
them as
was
not humans.
thinking about, I have a stepson that's, he accused me of something that I don't think I did, but he broke off all communication with me. I mean, it was like, I'm done with you kind of thing. And I at first felt terribly resentful towards him. He's misunderstood me somehow. And yet, as you say, he's somehow he's hurt, somehow he's afraid, somehow he thinks he's doing the right thing by attacking me.
Why?
And
Why would he?
I'm trying to see him as spirit rather than as
Yeah. And like Sherilyn says, it is extremely difficult. But the first thing I have to be is willing to see things differently. Wasn't that the first section of this chapter about willingness?
Yeah.
I won't see the Holy Spirit. I won't feel the Holy Spirit if I'm not willing to consider it. Spirit only works by invitation. Why? Because it's love. It's a loving spirit. It's a benign spirit. It's a harmless spirit. If you feel a need to close off to protect yourself, Spirit will love you anyway and step aside. He won't attack you for it. But if you're willing, I'll show you a way to start seeing brothers and sisters as not human. Is that terrible? Is that possible?
What does a spirit look like?
To whose eyes? Do you think
That's a good
your
question.
eyes are the only way of seeing?
No, no.
It depends on whose eyes you're using. In
Okay.
terms of what a spirit looks like, I have no idea.
Neither do I.
My physical eyes, but somehow there is a connection there, even though it does not seem to have a physical form. And that's all these can see is physical form. Yes?
Yes.
So you got to get a different set of peepers. And that's what it says Christ's vision offers you. That's the only way that makes sense, that you can look at someone acting crazy and mean and nasty and overlook it. Because they're not humans, they're spirits. They're loving spirits. They're benign spirits. They just don't know what they are yet. Now, does that evoke attack from you or compassion now that you understand what's happening? Same problem.
Compassion.
Go ahead, sir.
Compassion.
Don't you see how you see them changes everything? So it's rather incredible message that we're receiving here. Shall we read some more? Can we take it?
Where did you leave off now?
Well, I have I think, are we at the top of 126?
Okay.
So, Sherilyn, you're next, right?
Yes.
There, dear. Go right ahead.
In A Course in Miracles, a miracle is the realization of Christ consciousness and its associated shift to a higher perception, thereby seeing the world differently. This results in the operation of higher law. It is our willingness to see differently that allows the realization of Christ consciousness, which is the miracle. This results in seeing from a higher level of consciousness, resulting in the forgiveness of the error perception. In truth, when we see from this higher level of consciousness realized by the miracle, there is no error in our perception. When this healing of the mind occurs, the physical body may also be healed. The miracle heals the mind by simply emphasizing Christ consciousness. Any subsequent healing of the body is a physical manifestation of the healed mind. The so-called healing miracles of Jesus are the manifestation of Jesus' healed mind, accepted through faith by the one who was healed. The miracle, you want me to
Yes.
You want me to go on? Okay.
Continue. Thank you.
The miracle sets reality where it belongs. Reality belongs only to spirit, and the miracle acknowledges only truth. It thus dispels illusions about yourself and puts you in communion with yourself, your higher self, and God. The miracle joins in the atonement by placing the mind in the service of the Holy Spirit.
So maybe we could, go ahead, read one more.
Okay. A miracle is a correction. It merely looks on devastation and reminds the mind that what it sees is false. It undoes error, but does not attempt to go beyond perception, nor exceed the function of forgiveness. Yet it paves the way for the return of timelessness and love's gentle awakening, for fear must slip away under the gentle remedy it brings.
So let's pause a minute and see what you're getting from this. Comments from you, maybe, to get started. I think what it's saying is, if you develop this Christ consciousness, you'll be seeing things truly. You won't be still under the influence of the tiny, mad idea. As it says in the second paragraph from the bottom, it says, the miracle sets reality where it belongs. Reality belongs only to spirit, not humans. Is that the implication? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the miracle acknowledges the truth. Spirit is truth. Human is not true. The miracle thus dispels illusions about yourself and puts you in communion with your higher self. Yes, you read that? And God. Is your
Mhm.
higher self an individual?
No.
Mhm.
Are you? Humans are individuals. That's an illusion right there. You can't be an individual and be spirit. And the miracle joins in the atonement by placing the mind in service of the Holy Spirit. What is the atonement?
The correction of errors in thinking.
A miracle is a correction. It merely looks on devastation and reminds the mind that what it's seeing is false. Now, as incredible as this sounds, that stepson, that friend of yours that attacked you, how could that happen if there is no world? Help me to understand. Which help me to understand. That's how significant and different reality is. So what the heck where have we been living? I don't want you to misunderstand. This is as significant as it appears to be. Either it's crazy or the world is, because they're not in agreement at all, are they? One says humans, one says spirit. What are you? And that would dictate your reality. If you are trying to act from something you aren't, will it work? That's all I'm saying here. That's all. All I'm saying is you read this stuff and you say, I must be misunderstanding. I'm saying, no, you're not misunderstanding. It's a complete breach from everything I've ever been taught. It's a good time to leave, isn't it?
Yes.
um,
Oh,
comments? All right,
requires more thought.
let me read at the top of 127 and we'll start closing out tonight. We're still reading excerpts from A Course in Miracles. How just are miracles, for they bestow an equal gift of full deliverance from guilt upon your brother and yourself. How much deliverance?
Full measure.
Pardon?
A full measure, or whatever.
Complete, right?
Complete. Yes.
So, what is it that your brother can do that won't deserve forgiveness?
Nothing.
Okay. Yeah, but what if they do this? Or what if they do that? Yeah, but what about this? It says, full deliverance from guilt upon your brother. And who else?
Yourself.
Your healing saves him pain as well as you. And you are healed because you wish him well. This is the law the miracle obeys, that healing sees no specialness at all. Yet must all healing come about because the mind is recognized as not within the body. And the mind's is at it, it says, and its innocence. And the mind's innocence is quite a, wait a minute, what's its? Yet must all healing come about because the mind is recognized as not within the body. Is its the body? Maybe I had that wrong.
Your mind's innocence.
Mind. Yeah.
Well, if I read it, and the body's innocence is quite apart from it, and where all healing is, where then is healing? Only where its cause is given its effects. Wow. See why I got confused? Where is it? What's the cause? Here, let's start to finish it. And where effects are gone, there is no cause. Thus is the body healed by miracles, because they show the mind made sickness and employ the body to be victim or effect of what it made. And thus it illustrates the law, the law of truth the world does not obey, because, ooh, is that a misprint? Because it fails entirely to understand its ways. Maybe taken out of context with these passages, to me, it makes it, I don't know, maybe unnecessarily confusing. But this whole thing to me about what is a miracle, A Course in Miracles says a miracle is when you change your mind, because the mind is the cause, and what you see are the effects of what you think. You say, bull. I mean, look at all the wars going on in the world. Is that the effect of what people see? Well, a lot of them have been taught to be fearful and angry. I don't know. What do you think? I mean, maybe for one person, but are you saying all our world and the news and is all coming from what people think or what we've been taught
Oh,
to think? And if we all were taught to think differently, what do you think?
It's hard to think because it seems like an overwhelming possibility.
It does, doesn't it? It's like science fiction or
Yeah.
a fairy tale or something. So, which one is true, the fairy tale or the quote unquote reality? See?
Reality is true.
Yeah, but what is it? The world says it's this with divisiveness and murders and mass
Yeah.
shootings and
Hate.
wars. Hey, that's reality, man. Get with it. And here are certain writings and teachers that say, you're using the wrong eyes. I'm sorry, you're using the wrong thoughts. Change your thoughts, change your world. But who's you? And we'll
Each
start.
one of us.
No, you can't be each one of us.
No, it will take each one of us
Is
to
your
do that
higher
together.
self an individual?
No,
So what happened to each one of us now? Do you see where I'm going with this?
yeah,
Unfortunately.
yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't look too hopeful.
Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, I thought that this was interesting, right? About
It is.
miracles and
It is.
uh, the definitions in that. So that's maybe a good place to stop tonight. Now we'll be in our Course in Miracles Oracle text reading next week. But next time we're in this book, we'll be on page 127, right? And
Right.
getting ready to do the Unity excerpts. So anyhow, I hope you had a good time tonight. I saw the fog. Really, the purpose is not to give you headaches, and I
You sure?
appreciate you coming. Yeah, but it does seem that way a lot of times at first, but somehow we work our way through it fairly well, don't you think? Yeah.
Mm.
Yes.
Well, we're giving it the old college try.
There you go. And wouldn't you call that willingness?
Yeah, what else?
The college try, right? Can you hear us okay, Joan? You good? Joan, can you hear us okay?
Wait a minute, I lost the picture.
Oh,
Wait a minute, let me see if I can get you back. No,
gee,
I've lost you.
we
Sorry.
can see you, so that'll be
Hmm.
good enough. We're going to close out. Final comments, questions, criticism?
Question. So
Yes.
when are we going to pick up on this? In 2 weeks
In
or
2 weeks, yes.
so
So
that'll be the
that'll be around
29th.
the 29th.
Yeah.
And next week we'll be on chapter 23 in the Course in Miracles. Um, the war against yourself or something like that, right? All
Okay.
right. Let's see here. I can tell you specific. I always put the next week in grade text. So on the 22nd, we'll be on the war against yourself Remember the laws of chaos that we were talking about?
Yeah.
So that's where we'll be next week. And then the following week, after the Christmas holiday. Hey, Ron, are you in Hanukkah right now?
Yes, we just
I thought it had started. Will it go till the end of the year?
Breaking up.
Say
last
that
night.
again.
It goes for 8 days.
All right. All right. Thank you. And listen, I'm going to let you guys go. Let me just ask, since we have a small group, any issues we need to bring to our family discussion period tonight? All right. Look like you could use a rest. So I think we can forego that, and I'll say
Oh,
good night then to you lovely people. Some of my best.
I do have a question.
Yes,
You are considering having a retreat.
I am. Yes.
Um, when and where?
I have no
Just
idea.
oh,
It'll
that's
be
all in the
sometime
planning.
in 2026 if things go well.
Mm-hmm.
And I did ask for volunteers. I do have one. I hope you'll consider joining me. We're having our first planning meeting on Zoom, and we're trying to get the exact date, but hopefully sometime this week or next week. And it'll be in Michigan. It'll be the first annual Reverend Jim White A Course in Miracles retreat. And the purposes are to have us get together live, all the course students that I've worked with over the past few years. And we've never seen each other in person. And so could even be a weekend retreat because we got folks from out of town that we would encourage. And the other part is I want to put on a dynamite educational program that's worth coming to. So please let me know if you can join us. I'll keep you up to date as we make progress. We haven't set a date except to say it'll be next year, okay? Thank you for asking. Take care, my friends. I love you.
Okay.
Love you too.
Love you.
Love you
Thank
too.
you.
Thank you, Jim.
You're very
Have a
welcome.
blessed week, everybody.
You
Thank you.
too.
Good night.
Good night.